Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at a thoroughbred dress chronograph from Ulysse Nardin. This is the Maxi Marine Chronograph, 18 karat red gold, 41 millimeters. Now, Ulysse Nardin is known for their freakish mechanical innovations, like the Freak, like the Trilogy of Time, the GMT Perpetual, their Automata, and others. But they're also known for innovative art design, and when they put their mind to it, they can also create a timepiece that is the picture of elegance. And in this Maxi Marine Chronograph, that's exactly what we have here. Now, 41 millimeters, this is closer to a traditional size than almost any other chronograph watch they sell. It wears very well on a variety of wrists, and because the ratio of dial to bezel is relatively high in favor of the dial, you can see that it actually wears a little bit bigger. The visual impression is a little bit bigger than 41. So it wears well, it wears relatively compact, but the impression on the wrist presence, is quite substantial. Now, the combination of the rose gold with the blue alligator strap and the chemically blued hands for the hours, minutes, seconds, as well as the sub-registers, is very striking, very classical, and the use of cathedral hands with the chemically blued effect really sets it off in striking fashion from a dial that is a combination of almost, it's not quite the slate that it appears on the iPhone. It's more of a dull gold, and it has a beautiful finish to it. As I move it through the light, you can see reflection off that center dial. It actually has a very subtle, very fine, concentric circular guilloche graining to it, as do the races of the sub-registers right here. Now, that sort of almost bronze sets off very nicely against the rose gold applied numerals, all Romans for classical effect, and this sort of ivory or eggshell colored minutes and hours track. It also has a tachometer around the edge for some utility, and again, just a little bit of classical effect. This is an old school watch. You could see screwed lugs at both sides. This isn't the spring pin way of doing things that they employ today in so many watches. This is more secure. Now, spring pins may be convenient, but screws are the gold standard for strap retention. And in terms of retention, these fully integrated lugs that taper directly into the strap beautifully create the impression of, I would almost say, a seamless continuity. On the wrist, just like that, one flows continuously into the other with no perceptible break. There is no gap between this strap and the lugs, and those tolerances are characteristic of the best watchmakers. Everything's precise, precisely fit, and yet ergonomically sound on the wrist. So the combination of the aesthetical unity and the ergonomic practicality is the mark of a truly well-conceived watch. And you can see on the back, there is a sapphire crystal. It's a very flat case back with a slight rounding to it that complements the ergonomic effect of the short, curved lugs to let this watch sit very flat and comfortably on just about any wrist. I would say that if you have a wrist larger than 6 inches around, that is about 15, 16 centimeters for our System International friends, this watch will sit comfortably on your wrist, and the back is no less fetching than the front. Now, a circular Geneva wave pattern is used to decorate the movement, which is a very flat and fine and finely finished ETA 2892A2 base. This is the finer of the two principal ETA movements, the other being the 2824, but the 2892 is the one that tends to be used in upscale complications. Higher-end watches frequently employ it, especially in this particular configuration, which is with the Dubois de Praz chronograph module. Now, Ulysse Nardin calls this their caliber 35, and what you're actually getting is that fine ETA 2892 base, which is both beautifully finished and tank tough, with the Dubois de Praz vertical clutch chronograph module. Now, if you know about vertical clutches and how they relate to the function of a watch, you know that it boils down to this. The watch will start and stop seamlessly. There is no stagger or jump or partial reset to the chronograph. When you stop it, it stops precisely. When you reset it, it is exactly on the mark at 12. And when you start it, let me get a little bit closer here, it merely begins its sweep. It doesn't jump forward a second or two like a horizontal clutch. So that is the hallmark of a refined chronograph. And if you've got a vertical clutch, as you do in this Ulysse Nardin Maxi Marine chronograph, you're going to have that smooth, refined, premium operation, which frankly is what you expect in a watch that originally retailed for $24,300. Now, if you check this watch out on WatchYouWant.com, our website, you can see that it is 100% complete with its original Ulysse Nardin factory set. All boxes, papers, manuals, and accessories, including the original factory hang tag, are included with this watch. Now, with extensive polished 18-karat gold, it's important to buy a watch that is already in great shape because refinishing is expensive and troublesome. You can see this watch in high-res photography on our Ulysse Nardin page, and you will see that it presents as new. It needs nothing. Everything from these beautiful polished lugs to the coined bezel that you see right here to the double deployant clasp, and I'll show you how that works right here, is beautifully polished and satin finished as appropriate, ergonomically correct, beautifully rendered, fully realized, and mechanically refined with a complete factory set. This Ulysse Nardin Maxi Marine Chronograph, 41mm, 18-karat rose gold, is available on our website, watchyouwant.com. Check it out. We are the luxury pre-owned watch leaders worldwide. No one buys and sells more watches with higher quality and more complete documentation than watchyouwant.com. We've made our name selling the best watches with the best accessory sets and the industry's finest after-sales service. So call any of our sales associates. We are all watch industry professionals, and we love to talk about our inventory. At watchyouwant.com, I am confident you will find the watch you want.